Hi, I'm busy. So I want to do a vlog today about Obsidian. It's this app I started using for school. My professor recommended it for a note-taking sort of software, but I've been using it to actually do my outlines. I'm in law school right now, so I've been kind of threading all of my information that I learn into one vault, which I'll show you. This is what a vault looks like. um, it's so what I want to do today though is I want to make my own personal vault that's not for school or anything. It's just kind of for fun because I do read a lot and I think it would be. I mean, obviously this is a reading YouTube channel. So I want to kind of show how I'm gonna try to use it. I feel like I it's a habit I really want to get into in the new year. So I want to be pretty public about it and I want to kind of show people what it can do because I feel like I haven't seen a lot of people using this for non-tech stuff too much. I do know my law professor, he uses it for law, and I think a couple of my classmates started using it, but I'm not sure how many people are like completely utilizing what's there who isn't a coder is kind of what I feel like I've been picking up on. And I know that there's a lot of Reddit threads on how to use Obsidian, and I don't use Reddit, which is I think a huge downfall for me. That's a big negative in my in my personality maybe, but I I do think it's a really cool app and I kind of want to just go through it. So I've already made the vault, which it's pretty easy to do, pretty self-explanatory. I think if anyone can't figure it out, I'd be happy to make another video, but I skipped that part. So here we are. So Obsidian's pretty cool. It's based off of Zettelkasten. I don't know if I said that right. I probably should have looked up how to say that before I started recording. But I'm gonna probably take a break sometime here and I'll come right back. But it's super cool. I read this book that's about it, and it's where this I guess philosopher. Wow, I'm so ready, y'all. But I think he's like a philosopher of some kind. He's a psychologist, sociologist. I don't remember. It was a long time ago I read this book. But he used index cards and he'd write down everything he thought of and he would kind of put them together and number them. And so then when he had another thought, he would, if it like fit in between 24, like if it related to index card 24, he would call it 24A to kind of continue it and then put it in there, and so like see how it connects. And so he was able to see how everything that he thought that wasn't connected would start to connect, and he could like write all of these books and was able to just do so much with it. And I think that's like super cool, and I do feel like that's been a big issue for me, is that I can't see where my thoughts connect sometimes. So Obsidian has helped me a lot with that. It's huge. So here we are, we're at the new vault. I'll kind of go through the settings I've been using. A lot of these I got from my professor for suggestions as well. I don't use spell check, I'm going to be honest. I don't really have a hard time spelling things, so I kind of skip that, but it's probably a good one. So I do folding. This is one I just started using actually recently. When I was when I was actually going through my outlines for studying, I found that it was pretty cool to add in the headers where they fold in so that I didn't have a super busy page, which you'll see what it looks like down the line. We're learning together though. It's so much fun. We're going. Let's see. Oh, the appearance is pretty fun. You can change how the theme looks. And it's really cute. I'll probably change the theme later, but you have to go to community themes, and let's see, I probably have some installed, so I could probably just, well, I don't know. Okay, here we are. I have been using, I think I used this for one of, oh yeah, so that was another thing I did is, so I had 3 classes I needed outlines for, and I used a different theme for each of them just so I could keep them like separate. That I don't think I would do that again. I think I want to find one I just really like for the next semester and just use it for all of them, because I don't think changing how it looked helped me, but I'd love to if anyone else has used it for this purpose, I'd love to hear how you used it. But yeah, we're gonna use this one because it's cool and cute. Okay, so we're gonna go to core plugins. This is the cool stuff. I'm gonna throw this on. That's another new one. Ooh, I just started doing daily notes. Okay, so I started doing daily notes like 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks, 2 months ago, and it's pretty cool. I use it sort of to put my to-do list and what I'm hoping to do or what I finished for that day. That was another suggestion from my professor. He's been super helpful on this. I think just from his lectures, I feel like I think a lot like him. And so I definitely, here's the word I need to Google how to say correctly, because I don't mean to say things wrong. I feel very annoying about that, and I think it's terrible. So I'll be back with the right word there. And let's see. Ooh, so I haven't used slides, but it's super cool. It's sort of like a PowerPoint. Well, it is. I mean, I guess it's not a PowerPoint because it's not branded that, but it's like that. And within your notes, I haven't ever used it, but I'm going to throw it on just for fun. I also always throw on audio recorder because I love the idea of just recording what I'm thinking and then being able to listen to it later. But again, never have done it. I think I will do it this semester though. I'm really hoping. Okay. I don't need to publish because I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not a scientist, so I'm just me. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't use anything else. Okay. There's also a bunch of cool other plugins you can download from that aren't core plugins, and I have in the past downloaded some. I just never utilized them, so I haven't done it again. Okay, so the first thing I think I really want to have, oh yeah, so there's new notes and new folders. That's pretty important. That's like the whole thing. So really, I'd say as long as you know these, you're good to go. You can have a lot of fun with this without having to know how to do all the fancy stuff. So the first thing I think I really want to use this for is to keep track of how many Agatha Christie books I've read, because I kind of have made it a personal thing where I need to read all of them. And I'm through 35 so far, I believe. Last time I counted, I think, which that's why I want to keep track better. So I've made this folder. I don't know if I really like it as a folder. I think I'll figure that out. Oh yeah, so then I hit new note, and then I'm gonna checklist, and there we go. And so then I drag it under the folder, and then yeah, here we, oh yeah, let me show you. Okay, so the headers are so cool. So that's why I picked this theme, because it does different colors, which is really cool. I'm a fan of that. And it's like a nice casual gray. Oh, here's also, okay, there's so much to go over. It's so fun. Like, I think everyone should get on Obsidian. Like, it's free. It's so cool. So not a plug. So I think the first thing, so Agatha Christie, if you're here for the Obsidian part and not for the Agatha Christie part or like book part, she has several detectives. So I want to separate them out. And she has a lot of books for those detectives. I think there's like 40 for Poirot. And Miss Marple has a good bit. I think I'm almost finished with the Miss Marple series, which is a big bummer because she's one of my favorites. Did I spell it right? Okay. Yeah, so maybe spell check would have been good here. And then I don't even know. I guess I'll include him. He only has a few mysteries, so it's kind of, I'll close this back up because I'm not using it right now. But yeah, so there you go. I can't remember offhand how a lot of the names, but this is the cool part. Check this out. So let's see, the one I just finished was, and oh yeah, I want to do check marks. So I'm pretty sure that's how you do that. So this is going to be another fun learning thing for me. We're going to figure that out. And whoa. Incredible. So that's the fold. So if you see yourself wanting that, that's why that would be a pretty cool setting. And I definitely recommend it. And so just to show kind of how the linking works, because it's pretty cool. Should I do like a review? I guess let's see, 3 out of 5. It was okay. I've read so many Agatha Christie books now that it's like it takes a lot to wow me. I'm a tough critic now. I'm jaded. I've found my way through these novels. Okay, so now that I have made that, I want to make it a link. And it's not going to link for me, is it? I'm annoyed. We're not linking today. But maybe I don't like this theme. It's not... Why is it not linking? Okay. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's been... Obviously, I'm on break right now. It's been a while since I've picked this baby up, so we're growing pains. Okay, so it's a link now. Check this out. It is so cool. You can hover over it, and you can see what I typed. That's what I love. I feel like it's absolutely nuts for education, because you can just write down something random, and then you can just hover over it. It's so cool. So we're going to go back to edit mode. Oh, yeah, there you go. And then you can see links here. So I go to Dumb Witness, and it shows that I have linked it already to the Agatha Christie checklist. And the other really cool thing is if in a note you just mention like that, it usually will pop up. Oh, yeah, so an unlinked mention, and it's hello, Dumb Witness, and then you can pick to link it. So now it's a link, which I think is so cool, because especially with school stuff, you don't know if you're going to link to something later. You know, it's really cool. So then the other thing, I really want to use this for, I'm thinking quotes, and then when books, I'm not a big quote person, so that's the other thing. That's why I'm really interested in figuring out how to use Obsidian to kind of like elevate my reading for myself, because I am not a quote person. I don't like to condense writing to just that, if that makes sense. I like to kind of see how I feel about it and how I'm left with it. But I do also really like quotes. I just don't memorize them. I don't know. And I wish I did. So I'm hoping, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I wish I was a quote person. I'm not a quote person, but I want to figure out how to use this better for that. So that's where we are. So then I guess another author I really like. I don't know why I just keep making notes. This is gonna be so fun. So fun to watch. So I also like Virginia Woolf a lot. I've only read 2 of her books, and then I also feel like she doesn't have that many books where I need to keep track of it, because I feel like I own a lot of them, so I probably don't need a checklist because I can just physically see it. But I could be wrong. We can see where we go from there. One of them is To the Lighthouse that I've read, and there's a lot of quotes I like from that. And it's just, I'm really trying to figure out what I want from this. It's like really difficult to think of. I had all of these ideas before I got here, and of course now I'm like, it's gone. Oh, another big thing I want to do is vocabulary, because I feel like the whole point, I think, of reading, not the whole point, a big part of it is that you're growing yourself, your vocabulary, you're growing how you look at the world. It's like, so I think it's important to look up vocab words and to learn vocab words. But yeah, so the book I'm currently reading is this one. So I'm trying to figure out, because that's another thing, is I'm like a super big classics reader, and I'm very much forcing myself to read, well, I guess fantasy right now. So my friend, he has read all of the Wheel of Time books, and he had me watch the show with him that just came out, and I have been really liking it. So I started the book, and the book is really good. I definitely recommend it a lot if you like fantasy, and even if you don't, because I think a lot of issues I have with fantasy that I've read is that I don't like the writing, and I really like the writing in Wheel of Time, so definitely recommend. But yeah, so I want to figure out kind of how I want to do currently reading, which, that's the daily note. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. I knew I had an idea. I needed to just trust myself. Okay, so I want to do daily notes when I'm reading. So I'm currently reading The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. There we go. Very cool. Ooh, I can do headers, because that's always fun. Oh yeah, so then, I didn't talk about that. This is a tag, which you can go back. That was one of the settings I just did, but I'm new to using that one, so I don't remember where it is. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the tag pane. So now I have currently tagged. You click it, and then it pops up with everything that's tagged currently. It's so cool. Like, I just can't get over how much I love this. Like, my professor who showed me this is the coolest. Okay, so hashtag currently reading The Eye of the World. Very cool. So fun. I feel like I don't like the big header. I want a smaller one. Alright. So what have I've read probably, I think I've read 100 pages today. So I kind of think that might be cool, do like a page tracker. But it's so funny because I use Storygraph to keep track of my reading, not Goodreads anymore. And Storygraph keeps track of how many pages you read a day, which is really cool. And it has little graphs. So I feel like I don't really want to use statistics in my Obsidian for vault for this, because I feel like it's kind of unnecessary. I already have that. And it's like, I don't think that really contributes. I feel like it's just fun, and I don't think it helps me. Like, it's not a part of this thought process, I guess, if that makes sense. So I feel like, yeah, I don't think I really want to include that. I think that's dumb. But I guess I could kind of say what happened, which I don't want to, I'm not going to say it in this video because I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, I won't spoil it. But, oh, another cool thing I was thinking is I could even talk about how it differs from the show. But I don't know how I would go about that either. I feel like there's just a lot of fun guesswork on how to use this. And that's why this like software is so cool. I feel like people just need to use it. And so that's why we're here. Again, I'll just keep saying that, I guess. That's why we're here. Duh. So let's see. What would be cool to include here? Like, I guess I could do... I feel like I should actually tag this with a currently reading, because I feel like that's kind of cool. And then we're gonna... Yeah, I really don't know what to do. I also, let's see, I think I need to go back. Okay, so I want to kind of figure out how to work in annotating my books as well, which obviously I'm not an avid annotator. I'm a very casual annotator. I've basically only annotated one book for real, and that was Ulysses by James Joyce. So I think that's a pretty big... And I annotated it for references to beer. So again, I don't think I'm a big annotator. So another reason why I'm here, because I think it's so important. I wish I was more like that. I think it's cool. Okay, so yeah, I don't write in my books either. And so I think this is another good way to not write in my books, but to still gain what others do from underlining and highlighting. So we're on this journey. Let's see. What do I want to say about this? I feel like I want some sort of thought. Oh, I could guess what's gonna happen. No, I feel like that's stupid. I'll just write who my favorite character is right now. You know, I'm really liking Rand, I guess. You know, he's kind of the main guy in the book, which is funny because in the show, I feel like he's not the main character. I mean, I feel like they started it like it was going to be pretty focused on him, and then it wasn't, which I thought was cool, and instead it focuses on everyone, which is really cool. Which, I mean, the book does too, but there's something about the way he writes about Rand where I do think he intended him to be the main character, and he was meant to be like the driving force. So I'm pretty curious where it's gonna go, and if he'll be the dragon, because he could be. Yeah, because I feel like this is interesting because favorite characters change all of the time. And, ooh, I should also hashtag, because I do hope to read more of the series, if not all of it. It's 14 books, so that would be nuts, but, you know, I'm gonna try. And I think it'd be cool to see where I go on my favorite characters and what I'm thinking then. And okay, so yeah, back to this. I feel like I'm not liking this setup. I guess it's fine. I think I don't want to do... Yes, okay. This is what I want to do instead. Oh no, just kidding. I want to do this. Okay, so I believe this makes it into a checklist. I have... Okay, so there... I think it's literally you just put an X in it. And I think that's it. Like, yeah. So that's it. That's a checklist. Okay, I'm back. I have put together my Agatha Christie checklist. I'm pretty obsessed with how it's looking. I honestly think this is a game changer. Like, if you're like me and you're trying to read a lot of different, look at that. Did you see that? Oh yeah, so this is something I forgot to explain, is right now I am in preview mode. So I'm actually looking at it as a document, not as an editing, which that's what's even freaking cooler about the check marks, because I'm so psyched. But it was how I was saying, I think I just had it too close to the numbers earlier, and that's why it didn't turn into the little boxes. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. The X's are the ones I've finished, and obviously I read a lot. Oh yeah, and so then you can, this is what it looks like. So I highlighted these, and then look at this. You can change. Well, I guess this one doesn't have extras. This is a weird theme. But usually there's like italics and bold and stuff. Oh, you want to know why? So that's highlighting. You know, I should have brushed up before I started making these videos, but you know, that's how you italicize. I think I'd rather have it italicized actually, because that is nicer. Although I do actually really like the highlight. I don't know. We're going to do italicized. But yeah, so this isn't actually written by Agatha Christie, these 4. So I want to make sure I differentiate them from the rest, because they're not going to be as high of a priority to me. I have actually read one of these. I can't remember which one I read, but I've read one of them. I think I read this one. I'm going to go with that one, but I'll do it in the preview because it's exciting. Because I love this app. Okay, here we are. Pretty sure it's this one I read. I'm done. Yeah, and so for my more bookish people rather than Obsidian people, check this out. Like, I'm crying. I said earlier I'm almost done with Miss Marple. I didn't know I was this almost done. I literally only have one single Miss Marple left, so yeah, that's so sad. I feel like I never want to read it now because I don't want the series to end. And then Tommy and Tuppence, I only have one left as well, and I've had it on my shelf for a very long time, and I seem to refuse to just do it. And then I didn't finish filling out the rest because she has a bunch of other extra ones, and I'm gonna put them in there, but it's getting really late. It's like 1:30 a.m. So I think I'm going to try to go to bed, but I'm pretty excited to share this with you, and I hope this helps someone else figure out how to use it. I really think it is such a cool software, and I feel like I don't see a lot of people using it, but I could be wrong, and I'd love to see more of a community, I guess, especially with books. But yeah, so my goal is I'm hoping that I will connect my reading, see where it's going. This checklist was more just like a fun thing to kind of just throw in here. And I was also thinking there's this hashtag Read Christie 2022. I've kind of participated in other years, kind of. I mean, I haven't done any of the prompts, but I typically have read a lot of the ones that they do for the challenges, and they do video calls to go over it, and I've always wanted to do them to like talk about the books, but I always miss them. So I think I'm going to also add in a list for that and what the prompts are, because I think that's pretty cool. And then I think the next thing I want to do in the next video is I want to go over more of my like heavy books and what I want to use for those. So like I'm thinking Ulysses, I want to have a huge section on that because I still think about that book every day. It's super interesting. There's so much to it, and I think it would be really cool to unpack it more and to separate it by the episodes within a folder. So I'll just go ahead and make a folder so that it's like so I remember. And then I'm gonna put in my daily note. Let's see. Oh, I'm. So make sure you're in the right mode. Oh, and I'll show split view in the next video because I think that's also pretty cool. You can actually see the edits and the preview at the same time, and you can pull up other notes, and like it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll show that next time. But yeah, so let's just, I guess. Oh yeah, and then also I don't know if you noticed, I did reduce the size of the headers on this one as well. I had a pretty big headers before I left to break away to finish this checklist. So yeah, that's been a big change. Oh yeah. I'm so tired. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. But oh yeah, work on Ulysses section for next video. Show split view because it's pretty nice. I never use it, to be honest, either, because I think it's really fun to switch back and forth, and then I feel like that solidifies what I've written also more because I just keep reading it as I switch back. So that's also a possibility. And then I think I might also try to work on a Wheel of Time folder, because I don't know, I do feel like there's like companion books for it and stuff, so I feel like it's gonna get pretty intricate. So if I want to continue in Wheel of Time, it probably would be really good if I just mapped out that as well for myself. But again, I'm going back to school soon, so I don't know how much I want to focus on my own personal one for as far as that goes. Like mapping out a fantasy series probably sounds like it shouldn't be at the top of my list, where maybe just saying notes of what I like. But you know, we're gonna see how this goes, because that's also a part of this, is it needs to fit into my life, and I want it to, because it's fun. It's like not a chore. I do find this actually very fun, so I don't want to limit myself. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you if you watched this video. Like, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.